Hello and welcome. This is EDC with Oaken and Kane. I am Oaken.
I'm Kane.
And today we have the Spyderco Kapara. That's right, the Spyderco Kapara here, designed by Alastair Phillips. There's his maker's mark there. Who is an Australian knife maker.
Down under.
And yeah, so this knife clearly has some great Aussie innovation. But let's do a little QC check and take a look at these stats on this guy. So overall length is 8 1/4 inches. Blade length is 3.60 inches with a cutting edge of 3.44.
There we go. Even grind all the way on both sides.
And
no choil or no sharpening choil.
And what was the and behind the edge thickness for that guy was about 22 thousandths is what we were getting.
Yep.
Handle thickness is a little over ½ inch, 0.51 inches. Handle length is about 4.65. Stock thickness is not too bad, nice and thin at 0.11 inches. Weight is coming in at 3.40 ounces, so not too bad for the size.
Oh, fail.
Oh, goodness. And country of origin on that guy is Taiwan.
Yep.
And let's get this rug out of the way and do a couple size comparisons. Get some friends out in the living room.
Okay. So might as well get a couple Spydercos out here. One of the smaller Spydercos. Here we go. So this is the Dragonfly and
The
Ladybug. Put that bad boy back here.
Let's get it compared to the PM2 here.
Very similar. Tenacious. Tenacious is a lot wider.
Something a little more eclectic that I just felt like doing. This one's for you, Wes. The Kapara next to this beautiful T-Mag here. Just, love that guy.
Spyderco Smock.
Spyderco Smock.
Beautiful.
The Ontario Rat #1.
Kershaw Bare Knuckle. Very similar lines and design on both of these.
The Humble Opinel #8.
ZT0562. On the other side of that, ZT0393. All very similar blade lengths.
And we'll finish up with the CRKT poop knife. There we are. And so, we'll take a little closer look and talk about the blade a little bit. So it is S30V steel. The grind on that is a beautiful full flat grind.
Very
It
nice.
is a real nice satin finish. It's not too high polished, so you really do get a lot of those grind lines, and I love it.
Yeah, but we'll show fingerprints for sure.
Yeah.
Just putting your thumb there, bam, fingerprint.
And then it is a drop point. But I do love that little hump here. So you can put your finger there, and great for utility cuts. Love that. Love it when Spyderco does that. Always something I enjoy, as well as gives you a good little thumb ramp as well.
Yeah.
So let's dig into the handle a little bit more. Oh yeah, how's the centering on that guy?
Yeah, centering is spot on.
There we
Very
are.
center, yeah, very nice. Lock up, very good. No blade play. Nope. Not back or forth or anything. So that's good.
Alright, so let's, we'll talk about the handle a little bit more, starting here at the top with the pivot here.
Wipe this bad boy off.
Yeah, give it a little-
We got a little dirty.
A little mid-video spa treatment.
There we go.
So start off with the pivot. First off, I love that they did just a little bit different pivot there. It's not the most decorative thing in the world, but it's just a little bit different from the norm. I do like that little touch.
Still interesting, but then it's coming in at a T10. Yeah,
T10 on
Torx.
the pivot.
Yeah.
And just to cover the rest, T8 on the body screws there.
Yep, no T6, which is fantastic.
And action on that is really great. Actually, this is the CQI model. So the very first run that they did, the pivot system they used was not quite the same as they did with the PM2, where it's kind of a Chicago bolt style, I believe. And so they did that, put some nice phosphor bronze washers on there, and really did a great job with the CQI version of that. And so they pretty much are drop and shut out of the box. Really great action.
Yeah, especially compared to the first ones. These drop like a dream. Very reminiscent of the, well, and I messed both of those up on camera. Oh, very reminiscent of the PM2. Will sometimes bounce off the body there. So very pleasing.
Handled materials on that guy.
Beautiful carbon fiber. The way it hits the light, it's not just the regular woven carbon fiber. I really love how they did this carbon fiber. Very smooth to the touch, but doesn't feel too slippery. Still grippy.
Nice and contoured.
Nice and contoured scales. It's just sort of hard to see here, but definitely contoured scales. Really love the carbon fiber on this model.
And I think that back spacer is just a little pop of red G10 there.
Yeah, originating back to the name of the knife, which was originally the Redback, I believe. His original design on the custom, or his version, had a brighter red backspacer, but he actually sells those if you want to add it aftermarket. I think US is around $30 for that. It's pretty cool that he makes them himself and sells them for the Spyderco version. You can also get different colors if you want.
And the lock on that guy is personally my favorite locking mechanism, the compression lock. Ooh,
yeah,
absolutely love that, and they did a great job on this one as far as cutout, and then switching the pivot system to more of a PM2 styled one. Super great.
Yeah, the only other lock I like even more is the button actuated compression lock, like on the Smock.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's hard to beat a Spyderco compression lock, especially if it's done correctly. Well, I've just botched that 15 times. All right. And I'm not going to do it anymore.
You're about to get kicked out of the living room.
Sitting the knife down. There we go.
All right, guys. So I'm going to finish this solo while Kane sits in the corner and thinks about what he's done. But no. Next for this guy is Carrie, and have to say, really, really, really love the wire clip. So that's something that's always going to be a plus for me right off the bat. You know, it is kind of a little bit on the wider side, not too terrible compared to some of your others here. It does kind of hold that thickness throughout, you know, so it definitely could be a little thinner in the pocket. I really didn't notice it. Oh, here we are. This is our pocket simulator.
We go. Pocket simulator.
Pocket simulator. So notice you just have just a tad bit sticking up. So I absolutely do love that.
No branding, obviously, on the clip. Just very, not very distinct. So someone could just think it's a pin or something else that's not sharp or pointy. I like the way also that it's contoured here. When you're coming in the pocket, nothing here is sharp. You're not going to hit any jimping, anything like that. Very smooth going in and out of the pocket.
Yep, always a plus there. And so design and execution. You know, what do you like? What do you dislike about the design here?
So this knife was originally meant for food prep. That's why there's no jimping on the spine. He didn't want any food or anything to get stuck into it. So for the length of the blade, I love how thin it is. Sort of along the lines of, I believe, the new ZT0707.
Yeah.
Long blade, very slicey. I love the shape of the blade. Just a small little swoop along this line. I like the ergos, especially with the choil right here, which is probably 80% handle, 20% of the blade, but just very ergonomic in the hand. No hot spots. I don't feel this clip at all. It's not obtrusive. Just feels great in the hand. Doesn't feel like it's going to slide out. The CQI version I really like with the lock, especially now that it drops shut. I just think it's a very well done knife, especially with this carbon fiber and the wire pocket clip. I can't recommend it enough. It's just a pleasure to carry.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with a lot of that. I really love a lot about this design. I think it's one of those that you pick it up and it just melts right into your hand. In this position here, choking up, same thing, super ergonomic. You can even bring this thumb up real far if you're really getting want some pressure behind your cuts. But really have to say I absolutely love this one. I thought I was going to be a little bothered by no jimping, but the rest of the design is so nice that you're just so locked in that you really don't even think about it. So design and execution really well done. And I like that Spyderco pretty much released the CQI so quickly afterwards that, you know, to me it felt like they released it and just weren't quite happy with it, and jumped on that super quick and got the I guess version 2 or CQI version out pretty quick.
Yeah, the original version came out and sold out so quickly. I wanted to get it, I couldn't find it anywhere, so I had to wait, you know, 6 months at least before this version came out. But I'm really glad I waited. And you know, I do like, you know, this carbon fiber versus, you know, I think this carbon fiber is a little bit different. It's more of the carbon fiber on G10. This is grippier, so you're not going to lose your grip as much. But I do like the way that this looks a little bit better. It just looks a little bit more premium.
Yeah, I love that they went with there, and the contouring on it.
Yeah,
it's not a super amount of contouring, but it's just enough that really it shakes your hand back.
Yeah, and it helps with the price that's getting up there closer to $200. You know, for S30V blade, the carbon fiber handles really help justify the price, I guess.
Yeah, and let's continue that segue into price. So overall, what do you think about this value-wise? To me, from what we just said, getting a great design from a little bit lesser-known designer, this beautiful contoured carbon fiber. I mean, to me, it's there. I think it's one of the best things Spyderco's doing right now, and I would definitely say for the current price is about $203. I'd say it's worth it. It really does have a great feel to it, a great action. It carries nice. It still is something that isn't, you know, you're never going to run into a situation where somebody else is, you know, carrying one. So I just, a lot of good pluses on that one.
Yeah, for me, I would absolutely recommend this one. Out of the Spyderco's recently, this one and the Smock are by far my favorite. I would definitely miss it if I didn't have it, and I would definitely buy it again. I would recommend it just because they've done so much correctly with this knife. It's true to Spyderco, you know, as a company, and their compression lock and just how well it can be done. And I just think they did an absolutely fantastic job with this knife.
So big thing, and I think you actually might have just said it, but
yeah, oops.
If something happened to this bad boy here, and it was no more, would you buy it again? Absolutely.
I'd probably order it the same day if I could. I just love it. It's always in my rotation, and I think it's just a classy, very well done knife from Spyderco, and like I said, the best one in my opinion in the recent years.
I'm definitely going to echo that. I mean, I've been a big Spyderco fan for a while, and this one is truly a just great recipe. Fantastic knife. Yeah.
It competes sort of with like the Benchmade 940, still very thin, good size blade length. I think it can be a success for Spyderco for a while to come.
Yeah, definitely agree. So we appreciate you guys stopping by the living room and spending a little bit of time with us, but it's getting late, guys. Go ahead and get on out of here.
Have a good one.